Hi friends, hi, how's it going? How you doing today? I hope today finds you well. Today, we're going through my highlighters, and I'm excited to go through the highlighters with you. I think there's probably a lot I could get rid of in the highlighter drawer, if I'm honest, and as you can see, it's quite out of control. None of these have been gone over yet in the palettes because these are all singles, and there's quite a few of them. Well, besides my Fenty duos, but I think there's not even very many duos in here. They're all singles, true singles. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, I hope you'll want to stick around. I'll do some swatches of some of them. I probably won't be swatching all of them. But for those of you new here today, hi, my name is Donna. I am a lover of all things high-end, colorful beauty and self-care. I also work in the beauty industry as a field leader for Ulta. I get a lot of education in my position. I like to bring you that education here on my channel. But ultimately, I just like to talk about makeup. So that's what I'm here doing. And I hope that my channel can bring some kind of solace to your soul in the way that it brings solace to mine. So that being said, I do hope that you'll want to subscribe before you go, and let's jump in to this highlighter collection and declutter video. All right. I have so many here. I think there's somewhere around 100. So in addition to what's in this drawer, there are some singles and a magnetic palette. I went through those singles with you guys in the face palette collection video, so I won't be going through those. You guys know which ones have stayed and which ones have gone at this point. I'll let you know that right now these ones are staying because they are currently in my Shop My Stash. I do have the Tarte's Pro Glow in the shade Stunner. If you don't see this before the Shop My Stash rotation, this will, or has already gone. I really do not love this highlighter as a product. I think it's really just too thick, and where you put it is where it stays. It's really hard to blend out. So I will more than likely be decluttering this guy, but it will stay for now for purposes of this video and the Shop My Stash video. This one is rather new to me. It's a Pixie X Hello Kitty highlighter. It is in Sweet Glow, and it is just kind of a pinky highlight. It's got Hello Kitty's face on it. I love Hello Kitty. This is actually quite a pretty highlighter, so I will be holding on to this one. This I just moved over from my blush collection into my highlight collection in the blush collection and declutter that I just did, that I will link up in the cards for you in case you missed it. This is definitely more of a highlighter, and I actually quite like it, so I will be holding on to that. This is a rather new one to me from Illamasqua. This is the Illamasqua Beyond Powder in OMG, and it is a really pretty like champagne-y gold, and I will be holding on to that one because it is gorgeous. And then this one is by Kevin Aquan. This is the Neo Limelight in Ibiza. It's a like really light lavender to really deep lavender gradient highlight, and it's really pretty. I have actually found myself falling in love with it since it's been in my Shop My Stash. So super happy to have this in my Shop My Stash, and in my collection it will be staying. So this is all of the rest of them. I am going to pull some out that I know will be staying. These are all by ColourPop, and these I have subsequently moved to my single eyeshadow drawer because I love them as an inner corner highlight. I have Flexitarian, Wisp, Spoon, and Over the Moon. Over the Moon is kind of like an iridescent, like purpley white one, and then Flexitarian is like a champagne color. Spoon is another like pinky champagne color, and then Wisp is kind of like a golden pink, almost rosy gold. So I will be holding on to those as well. Some I know I will be getting rid of are these three here. I mean, can you see? That is so used, but it's also so old, and it just, I mean, it's pretty, but it needs to go. I need not to swatch these because then I'm going to want to hold on to them. This one's in Blaze and Glaze. The same can be said for the Rimmel Jelly highlight, and this one is in Candy Queen. And then this is by Butter London, and this is a glaze and highlighting gel in the shade Chandelier. They're really pretty. I just don't use them, and they are so dang old, and I don't necessarily think they're something I should be putting on my face anymore. They don't smell bad, though. I don't know. There's the Butter London one. They look really, really natural on the skin. I'm afraid to use them these days. So there's that. This one, I'm not sure why it's in here. It's actually a powder product. This is the Marc Jacobs Omega Glaze in Worth the Wait. And I purchased this on a really, really good sale. And I feel like it is a good highlight, but I don't feel like it's my favorite because it's just so dang powdery. I mean, super, super stark, but super, super powdery. It's just not my jam these days, but also it's so powdery that I just don't know. I don't know. I'm going to stick this one in the maybe pile for now, and we'll see what it looks like when we're done. Let's see, this one is also powder, and this one I won't be giving away. This is the Smashbox Hood Witch crystallized highlighter in Optimistic. This is what it looks like. It is a beautiful highlighter in both presentation, but also like what it looks like on the skin. It's not super powdery, and it is beautiful. It's kind of got this iridescent appearance to it, like purple, green shiftiness. It's not one that I find myself pulling for an awful lot, but it is a really beautiful highlight, and I will be keeping it if for no other reason for packaging alone. It's so, so pretty. Then I have in with all the creams, which is where we were wanting to go. This one is by Galactic. This is the Galactic Skin Glow in Moonlight. It's a really pretty highlight, and there are, you know, it's a duo. It's got a more champagne-y side and a more pink side. It is pretty. I do find myself, you know, pulling for it on occasion, so I will be keeping this. I swore to myself I wasn't going to swatch every single one of them, because if I swatch them, I will want to keep them all. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Beauty Light Wand in Spotlight, and this is new to my collection. This is also just a mini. It doesn't take up much space. It is a really nice highlight. I had never tried a Beauty Light one until recently in a trying new makeup video that I shared with you guys that I will link also up in the cards. It is beautiful, and I won't be getting rid of that. This is by RMS. This is the Living Luminizer, and I struggle with this because it's really pretty, but on the skin, it just looks kind of yellow. Can you guys see that? It looks white in the pot, but on my skin, it looks like yellow. And it is kind of tacky still on the skin, so I'm not really sure about this one. I do like the effect of this, and I like it really well when I'm not wearing makeup. So I'm going to put this one in the maybe pile as well. This one I actually am in love with. This is a really nice liquid highlight by Grande Cosmetics. It is called their Plumping Liquid Highlighter, and it is so pretty and buffed out. It's just beautiful on the skin. Just gives that like wet appearance. I really fell in love with it when I put it into a Shop My Stash, so I will be keeping it. This one by Fenty is the Fenty Matchstick in Starstruck. This also is a really pretty one. When you blend it out, it just looks like pinky iridescentness on your skin. And it's really easy to use, so I'll be holding on to this one. Okay, these two by ABH, I like, but I'm not sure 100% about. This one is in the shade Oyster, and I definitely got way too much. And this one is in the shade Peach Fizz. And I think if I got rid of one, it would be Peach Fizz. I just don't think Peach Fizz is the color for me. True Tea, like these I have to like put on with, oh my god, look at Peach Fizz. I really like Oyster. Peach Fizz I struggle with. Even buffed out, like it still has got this really deep golden undertone to it that just kind of looks muddy on my face. So I think I am going to get rid of Peach Fizz, and I am going to hold on to Oyster. Okay, the last liquid or cream highlight I have is the Benefit What's Up. This is a really nice stick highlight that blends out really well, and I really like it. And now I've got highlight all over my hand, so it's hard to differentiate. I hate this guy on the other side. It's this stupid blender thing that they put on. I think it's dumb. I wish they would have just, you know, had the stick. Like, the blender is dumb. But I do like this one, so I will be holding on to it as well. Let's look at some powders now, because the rest are powders. This one I was kind of on the fence about, but I think I will end up keeping it. It's got a really light tan to a really deep, like, bronzy tone. I think I was just trying it in the wrong way, and now having, you know, utilized this one in my Shop My Stash, I've got a better idea of how I can utilize this one better. This one is the Kevyn Aucoin Neo Highlighter in the shade Sahara. So it is like a really beautiful, like, bronzy, goes from champagne to bronzy highlight, and I do think it's beautiful. I do think that I could get a lot of play out of it, and you're not really seeing the color variation, but it's a gradient from really light to really deep bronziness, and I quite like the other one, so I am going to try this one again. This one is brand new in my collection. It came from Ipsy. This is by Lovecraft Beauty, and it is a duo in Aurora and Borealis, and I haven't even touched it, so I am going to package it back up, and I'm going to put it into my giveaway drawers. Alright, another one I know I'm getting rid of, even though I hate that I'm getting rid of it, but I bought it on a whim because I didn't have any by Lunar Beauty. I want one by Lunar Beauty, but this one just isn't the one for me. As you guys can see, this is in the shade, I believe, Jupiter. Yeah, and it was clearly not made for my skin tone. It's also brand new. I just don't have the packaging for it, but I am going to declutter this one as well. Another one I think I should declutter is this one by Fenty, because I just don't wear it, won't use it. It's kind of like a putty formula, but it's all like straight up glitter. You guys have seen this before. It doesn't have any base, so it doesn't look like anything but glitter on the face, and I just don't love it. I did have the other one in the more like champagne-y tone too, and I decluttered that one also. This is the Diamond Bomb in How Many Carats, and I just won't wear it. It's too much glitter for me. All of these I will be keeping. Fenty is one of my favorite formulas. They're kilowatt highlighters anyways. So I have this one in Lightning Dust and Fire Crystal, and I do have Pan in this side here, so I will be holding on to that. That will probably end up in my project pan next year. I have this one in Sandcastle and Minted Mojito. This one is a newer one to my collection. I haven't even tried it yet, so I will be keeping that. I also have this one, which is in Girl Next Door or Chic Freak. I've tried both sides of this one, just barely. I think that you can see a little bit more usage in this side than the other, but I do love it. It's really cute, or it's really pretty, and I think flattering on my skin, so I'm going to keep that. This one is in Hustla Baby, And I got rid of a mini of this and kept the full size in my collection because it's one of my favorite, like, orangey, peachy tone highlights. So I will be holding on to that as well. And I have another one of them that's orange and, what is it, orange and pink. And I don't know where that one is at the moment, but I will also be keeping that one. This one I think I could probably let go of. This is, by Seraphine Botanicals. It's the Daisy and Pearl Natural Radiance Booster. This is in the shade, I'm not really sure. But this came to me in an Ipsy. I did use it for quite some time. It is really pretty, but again, it's just got a darker cast and it doesn't look super flattering on me, so I am going to get rid of that. This one is by Colored Rain. This is one of their focal point glow lighters, and it is in Lavender Dreams, and it is a straight up lavender. But you know, this is a really pretty iridescent, like zero. I mean, you guys can see when I move my hand, there's no base to it, but it's just got this really pretty purple hue to it. I do go back and forth with this though, because I am keeping the Aurora palette from ABH, and it has a purple in it also that I like. But I am going to put this in the maybe pile, and we'll see. This is actually one of my favorite highlights. It is by Orbe, and it is a damn expensive one, but I got it in I think a FabFitFun, and it looks like Neapolitan ice cream. I love when you put them all together, and it just has this really natural, beautiful, like, glow from within glow to it. I will be holding on to this one, Cookie by Benefit, one of my favorites. I will probably never let this go. It's my favorite all-time, like, See Me from the Moon highlight. I hate the boxes, but I do love that highlight. Okay, this one by Morphe is called Spark. I don't mind it. It is pretty. I think this one is really pretty, but I also think this one is really powdery. This one from Morphe reminds me of this one from Seraphine Botanicals. I guess, truly, if I'm not going to keep this one, it doesn't make any sense to keep this one. They're approximately the same. This one does have a little bit deeper of a base, but the one from Morphe isn't much different, if I'm honest. It's just sitting at a different angle on my hand, so you can't see it as well. I think that the one from Seraphine Botanicals also has a much brighter shine to it. If I'm going to wear one or the other of those, it's going to be this one, not this one. I think I'm going to get rid of both of them. Okay, battery changed. This one, folks, is much harder than I thought it was going to be. Just saying. This one is by Revlon. It's one of their skin lights, and this one is in Daybreak Glimmer, and I actually quite love this highlight. Look at how beautiful that is. It is such a beautiful gold highlight, but like a light gold highlight. I will be holding on to this. I also will be holding on to this by Nabla. This is the Skin Glazing in the shade Privilege. This is also one of my favorites. It's just a really nice, like, wet look, kind of a peachy tone. And you guys can see how much I've used the poop out of this. Like, the Nabla isn't even in there anymore. This one by Juvia's Place, I've only worn a few times. It's really pretty, kind of like that See Me from the Moon thought process on it, and kind of gold, but like a lighter gold than this one, like maybe a white gold. I will also be holding on to that one. This one by Stila is actually a putty. This one is one of their Heaven's Hue highlighters, and it's in Luminescence, and I actually quite love this highlight. That's a horrible swatch. I did you dirty there. Okay, let's try this again. Can you guys see that one? Yes, it's just like a beautiful pink tinted wet look to your skin. Not really a horrible base to it. It's really pretty, and I will be holding on to that one as well. Okay, the last three in this bin, I will be holding on to all three. This one is by Flesh. You remember when there was that brand called Flesh. This one is in the shade Jump. I actually had them, this I got from Ipsy, and I actually had them resend this to me because the first one came completely shattered, and I really do like a gold highlight, and this one is definitely like a stark gold highlight, and I really quite love it. So I will be holding on to that one. This one is Amrezy by Anastasia. Like, who has this and isn't holding on to it? I really feel like I could get rid of Jump, though. Yep, let's do it. We're going to get rid of the one by Flesh, and we're going to keep the Amrezy highlight because I like that one much more. And then I have the Natasha Denona Super Glow. This one is also gold, but like a more subdued gold. All of the ones that we've already went through that I know I'm keeping for sure are all in here. And I'm really actually pretty proud of myself because there's a lot more space in here now than I actually thought that there would be. So even though I've not gotten rid of Minnie, there's a lot more space in here than I actually thought I would end up with at all. So there's that. These are the two sections that we have left to go through. And I have to be honest, I don't see a whole lot in here that I will be getting rid of. So we might not see a lot of change in these two sections here. These are some of my very favorites. These I could probably get rid of, actually. These are both loose highlights by Artist Couture. One of them I have used pretty extensively, and it is beautiful. I just never, ever pull for a loose highlight. It's just not my bag. I will probably get rid of that one. This one is brand new, has never even been used, so I will probably put this one into my giveaway drawers. And these came to me through BoxyCharm, actually, so like I've had them in my collection for a very long time, and if one's never even used and one's been used only because I put it into a Shop My Stash, that tells me that I don't need them. So I will get rid of those. Okay, so my monitor quit working halfway through all of these, so I'm going to just go through them again just in case. These are all Ofra. I won't be getting rid of any of these. We have Retrograde, which is a really pretty, like, half of it is Star Island and half of it is, I think, Lavender Dreams is what that's called. I cannot remember, but it's really beautiful. I won't be getting rid of that. Well, I won't be getting rid of any of these. This is Cloud9. It is in conjunction with Nikki Tutorials. It was a collaboration that she did with them. It's the one with the pink shift, so it's white with a pink shift to it. Love that. Then I have Blissful, which is one that I bought in full size because I have it in a little midi size palette from them, and I loved it so much I had to have a full size version. Then this one is in Soho, really pretty kind of goldy, peachy highlight. Really love that as specifically as like a blush topper on top of like some of my coral blushes. These two are the only two that are remotely similar to each other. One is in Star Island and one is in Moondance. I think, honestly, they might be the same. So if I get rid of any one of them, it would be one of these. So let's swatch them. This one is in Moondance and this one is in Star Island. And I do feel like they're, God, so similar. I could get rid of one and probably not know the difference. But looking at them on my hand, one is a little bit more white and one feels a little bit more yellow. But I do think I am going to get rid of Moondance because it's too similar to Star Island for me to be able to tell the difference between the two, and I don't need both. And then this one is in Covent Garden, which is a really beautiful pink highlight, baby pink highlight, so I'm gonna hold on to that. This one is by Clinique. This isn't like one of my favorite formulas, but this is a really pretty highlighter. This is the Powder Pop Flower highlighter in Lunar Pop, and it's got a nice little like flower embossing on it, and that is what it looks like. It's just a really pretty, like, makes the skin look wet highlighter. I am going to move this over here just so there's more room in here. Okay, then I have all these Becca highlights, which I know Becca's out of business, but I won't be getting rid of any of these. These were my first love as it pertains to, you know, highlights. If I was going to get rid of any, it would be this one, but this is in like limited edition packaging, and it's just a really pretty For a Cause shimmering skin perfector. It's in the shade Own Your Own Light. It's this really pretty, like, orangey red, multi-tonal, like, fiery color, and I love it. And it looks like that. Look at how pretty that is. So pretty. It does have a really dark base, though, so I hardly ever wear it. And then I have Pearl, which I have never worn, but I will be holding on to it. I will wear it one day. And then I have Prismatic Amethyst, which I have also never worn. Again, I will wear it. This is one of my favorite formulas. And I have Opal, and I really love Opal. Opal has seen a lot of love from me. And I have Prosecco Pop, which also has seen a lot of love from me. A really beautiful, like, golden tone. Then I have Moonstone, which I also think I have never worn. When we heard Becca was going out of business, I went and bought all the ones that I wanted that I never picked up for one reason or another, so that I could have them for my collection. And then I have these three, which are minis. I have Rose Gold, has seen a lot of love from me. This one actually, it doesn't really go with my skin tone very well, but I do love it, so I will keep it. This one is in Lilac Geode, also has seen a lot of love from me. And then this one is one of the Light Chasers. This one is in Opal Flashes Jade. And this one I did keep in my highlighter drawer. I have another one of these, and I can't remember what the name of it is, but I did put that one into my eyeshadow drawer because it wasn't one that I'll wear on my cheeks, but I will wear it as an eyeshadow and or a inner corner highlight. So I kept that one over there. So all of these are staying. And then this is the last of them. This one from e.l.f. This is in Rose Gold. And I think I honestly don't mind this, but it does have a really dark cast on my skin. When I flip my head, it just looks dirty on my skin, so I am going to declutter that one. These three will stay. These two are by MAC. This one I have like emotional ties to. This is MAC Soft and Gentle. I used to use this as an all-over face powder back in the day before I knew anything about highlights, and it is just so pretty. MAC Soft and Gentle has a cult following, so I will be keeping that one. And then I have this one, which is the MAC Double Gleam. Oh my gosh, I love this so much, so much. So I will be holding on to both of those. This one is Melt Illumination. It is part of the Amor Eterno collection. I bought it and I have never ever worn it, mostly because of that Sugar Skull imprint in there. Like, I don't want to ruin it. So I don't know if it's pretty. I don't know if it's not. I don't know if it goes on my skin very well. I will try it one day, but it's beautiful and I will be holding on to that. This one is by Dior. This is the Dior Nude Luminizer, and this is in shade 5. It has seen a lot of love from me. These are beautiful highlighters. If you have not tried one before, you really should. That is just so pretty, right? It does have a little deeper of a cast, but it is a cast that isn't unflattering, honestly. So I will hold on to it, and I wear it a lot as a blush topper, and it works that way. This one is by Ciate London. I haven't worn it. It's the rainbow highlight that I thought I needed to purchase last year, I think it was. I will be holding on to it because it seems fun and I just want to hold on to it. This one is by Koki, and this one really isn't bad, but honestly I think it's also one of those shades that has the really cast cast that doesn't look super great on my skin. I did get it in, I think, an Ipsy, and I just think it doesn't look awesome on my skin. So I am going to get rid of that one. And then I have Ray Rider by Kaleidos. And while I wanted to say Kaleidos has the best highlighting formula because everybody and their brother is all about Kaleidos highlighters, I don't think there's anything special about this highlighter. I do think it's a good highlighter. I will be holding on to it, but I don't think there's anything special about it. This one by Jacqueline, I was actually pretty floored by. It's a really, it's called Iced, and it's a really beautiful, like, stark highlight. Look at how crazy that is. People should be talking about that one more. This one is by Pretty Vulgar, and this is in the shade Glimmers of BS, which I think is a wonderful name, but that is it. It really feels and looks very natural on the skin, much like a Lit From Within kind of thought process, so I'll be holding on to that one. Then I have a bunch of, like, little ones up here. This is a mini of the Benefit Twinkle, Dandelion Twinkle. Can I be honest? I think this is pretty, but I don't really think that this is as special as people have made it out to be. I bought it because I had heard such wonderful things about it, and I will be holding on to it because I do think it's pretty, but I don't think it's as special as everybody had made it out to be. This is the Catrice Luminous highlighter, and I think this one is chunky and powdery and has no place in my collection, so I will be getting rid of this. This also came to me, I believe, in an Ipsy. This one is by e.l.f., and this is actually kind of a putty-ish formula. This is one of their glow highlighters, e.l.f. Plus Glow Highlighter in the shade Taupe. I think I'm going to put this in with my creams because it feels like a cream. It goes on like a cream, but also, it's also got one of those, like, heavy casts. So, I'm going to get rid of it. Alright, this one is by Bobbi Brown. It is in the shade Pink Glow, and this is what it looks like, and I just purchased this one, so this one will be staying. It's beautiful. This one is a Kaja Mochi Glow in Toy Alien, and it's actually a lot prettier than I gave it credit for when I purchased it. It just looks like kind of a golden sheen on the skin, very Lit From Within also. These are by Laura Geller. I have Laura Geller Baked Gelato Swirl in Diamond Dust and in Gilded Honey. Both are stained. Both are beautiful. Do you guys remember a YouTuber called Liv Loves Her Makeup? She actually is YouTuber influenced me to buy certain things. This is Diamond Dust and this is Baked Gelato and Gilded Honey. She influenced me to buy these. As a matter of fact, she influenced me to buy all those Becca highlighters too. So she can be thanked for these. But I will keep these in my collection also. And this one is by Ritual Defy. This one is in the shade Moon Pillar, and it's actually cream, so I'm going to put it in with my creams. But look at how pretty. This one, I did end up getting rid of a blush by Ritual Defy because it stunk so bad. But these you kind of really have to warm up with your fingers or they don't work very well on your skin. But they are so beautiful as far as a cream product goes. I love them so much. They just melt into your skin and look so nice. So I will be holding on to that as well, but I'm going to put it into the cream drawer. And I'm actually pretty shocked by how empty this front one is. So I think I'm going to move some stuff into the back. Even after we get the ones that are in my Shop My Stash right now, This one's in my Shop My Stash right now. It doesn't fit in there, so it would have to go in sideways. But even after I put all these in here, you guys, there's so much room in these drawers right now. I'm going to pull these back out because they are in my Shop My Stash and I don't want to find myself trying to find them. There's also a ton of room in the cream section. Maybe I'll end up keeping this one in the cream section just because it's so big. So this is what I have left. These are in my maybes. I do think I'm going to get rid of this one by Colored Rain. I am going to keep this one by RMS. I am undecided on this one. So if I haven't used it by this time next year, maybe I'll put it into a Shop My Stash and get some more usage out of it and decide then. So for now, it's going to go back here. The other Kevin Aquan will go here. So this is what I have. I have hair everywhere. Plus, you know, the 5 that are currently in my Shop My Stash, which I'm just going to set in here for now. So these are the ones that I'm getting rid of for sure. I will be getting rid of this one too, only it'll happen when I'm done with my Shop My Stash, so I'm not going to count that right now. There's 18 highlighters that we're getting rid of right now. I am excited. I know that that doesn't seem like a whole lot, but that's about 20% of my highlighter collection, and I know that as I pull like this into a Shop My Stash and get a little more usage out of it, figure it out, a lot of what I have left in my highlighter collection I know very well. I love very, very well. They're all like a good portion of my favorite formulas for highlighters, so I'm really happy with the 18 that I am getting rid of. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. Please let me know what other declutters you want to see. I think I have palettes left, and I think the last lip declutter that I looked at on my channel collection videos was from last year, so I'll probably do a declutter again this year, potentially. Don't hold me to it. Lips is a lot. There's a lot of them in that category, but I think all I have left is eyeshadow palettes. So if you're interested in eyeshadow palettes, please give it a thumbs up, but please also subscribe so that you're notified when I upload that, because I will be uploading an eyeshadow palette collection and declutter. And with that said, thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope that you and yours are healthy and safe and doing well and getting along as best you can. And thank you guys. And I hope that you are all loving each other, but loving each other from afar. And until next time, bye friends.